Have you ever had your sleep interrupted by a sudden stabbing pain in your leg? The kind that makes you jump out of bed in the middle of the night, gasping for relief? You're not alone. Leg cramps are one of the most common and overlooked struggles among seniors. But here's the good news. In many cases, they're totally preventable. What if I told you that what you eat could be the key to finally stopping those painful cramps? Naturally? That's right. Certain foods are loaded with the exact minerals and nutrients your muscles crave, and when you start including them in your diet, the difference can feel like night and day. So today, we're counting down the top 8 best foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors. Powerful, everyday foods that not only relax your muscles, but also support your heart, blood sugar, kidneys, and overall vitality. So without any further delay, let's begin with number 1 on our list. And it's nothing other than bananas. Yes, you heard that right. You've probably got one sitting on your kitchen counter right now. But what makes it such a powerful choice for muscle health? Let's break it down. First off, bananas are packed with potassium. About 358 milligrams per 100 grams, which gives you roughly 8% of your daily recommended intake. But why is potassium such a big deal? Well, it's one of the key minerals responsible for muscle contraction and nerve signaling. If you're running low, your muscles can start misfiring, leading to those painful sudden cramps, especially in your legs. But bananas don't stop there. They also give you about 27 milligrams of magnesium per 100 grams, which makes up roughly 6% of what you need in a day. Magnesium helps your muscles relax and keeps them from tensing up too much. It works like a calming agent for your muscles. On top of that, bananas contain vitamin B6, which helps support both nerve function and overall muscle coordination. Together, these nutrients make bananas a smart and natural way to fight off cramps before they start. Now, here's where things get even better. Bananas aren't just good for preventing cramps, they're also incredibly senior-friendly in other ways too. First, let's talk about diabetes, which is one of the major health concerns for many older adults. With a moderate glycemic index of around 51, bananas can actually be a smart choice when eaten in controlled portions. They won't cause dramatic spikes in your blood sugar, like processed sweets or sugary snacks often do. And they're relatively light too, just about 89 calories per 100 grams, making them a healthy and satisfying option. Plus, bananas are naturally rich in dietary fiber, which not only helps slow down sugar absorption, but also keeps your digestion regular and comfortable. So, when eaten the right way, this fruit can absolutely be part of a senior-friendly, balanced diet. Now, when to eat them? Try having a banana before bed if you tend to get nighttime leg cramps, or right after exercise to replace lost minerals. They're also super easy to enjoy. Blend them into smoothies, slice them into oatmeal, or smear them on some peanut butter for a quick and satisfying snack. Now, when you're buying bananas, look for ones with bright yellow skin and minimal brown spots. That's your sweet spot for ripeness. Store them at room temperature, and if they start ripening too fast, pop them in the fridge to slow things down a bit. But here's an important thing to keep in mind. If you're living with kidney disease or are on a low potassium diet, too much potassium can actually become dangerous. Why? Because your kidneys are responsible for filtering excess potassium out of your bloodstream. When they're not working well, like in chronic kidney disease, potassium builds up, and that's where the trouble starts. High potassium levels, also known as hyperkalemia, can lead to muscle weakness, numbness, irregular heartbeat, or, in severe cases, even life-threatening heart rhythm issues. So, for anyone with kidney concerns, it's best to keep banana intake limited. Around 1 small banana per day is usually a safe zone. That way, you still get the benefits without putting extra strain on your kidneys. Alright, now that we've peeled back the benefits of bananas, let's move on to number 2. It's fresh, green, and way more powerful than it looks. Any guesses? Yes, it's spinach. You've probably seen it in salads, smoothies, or maybe tossed into a warm dish. But it's so much more than just a leafy green. So, let's break down why spinach should be your next go-to for leg cramps. First off, spinach is loaded with magnesium, a mineral we've already seen that plays a huge role in muscle relaxation. In fact, 100 grams of spinach gives you about 79 milligrams of magnesium. That's almost 20% of your daily recommended intake. But why does this matter? Magnesium helps muscles relax and keeps them from getting tense, which can lead to cramps. If you don't have enough magnesium in your system, muscles might not release when they should, and that's where the pain starts. Now, spinach also brings some serious potassium to the table, 558 milligrams per 100 grams, which is about 12% of your daily needs. And just like with bananas, potassium helps maintain fluid balance and supports proper muscle contractions. So, when your potassium levels are where they should be, your muscles are more likely to perform smoothly, without unexpected cramps. But that's not all. Spinach is also rich in calcium and iron. With 99 milligrams of calcium and 2.7 milligrams of iron per 100 grams, spinach has your back in other ways. Calcium supports proper muscle contraction, while iron ensures your muscles are getting enough oxygen to avoid fatigue. So yes, spinach is working on multiple levels to help keep those painful leg cramps at bay. But beyond muscle health, spinach has some real perks for seniors too. Let's start with diabetes, one of the most common health concerns as we age. Spinach has a very low glycemic index, around 15, which means it won't spike your blood sugar. That makes it a smart, blood sugar-friendly choice for people managing diabetes. And the calorie count? Super light, just 23 calories in 100 grams. That means you can enjoy plenty of it without overdoing it. Plus, it's rich in fiber, which helps keep your digestion regular, another bonus for overall health. However, here's something to consider before you go loading up your plate. Spinach contains oxalates, which in large amounts could increase the risk of kidney stones for people who are prone to them. But don't worry, you don't have to skip spinach altogether. Just be mindful of your intake. For most seniors, around 1 to 2 cups of cooked spinach several times a week should be just the right amount to reap the benefits without overdoing it. And if you're concerned about oxalates, steaming or lightly sautéing, it can reduce them significantly. So, how should you enjoy it? Spinach is incredibly versatile. Whether you're tossing it in a salad, adding it to a smoothie, or sautéing it with garlic and olive oil, you're getting the benefits. Just remember to avoid overcooking it, as that can reduce some of the nutrients. When you're buying spinach, look for vibrant, dark green leaves that are crisp and fresh. If you find any wilting or slimy spots, steer clear. To store it, keep it unwashed in a plastic bag with a paper towel in the fridge, and it should last 3 to 4 days. So, while spinach may seem like just another leafy green, it's actually a powerhouse of nutrients working together to support muscle function, heart health, and overall health, especially for seniors. Now, let's move on to number 3, a superfood that's a bit more starchy but equally powerful. You might have had it as a side dish at dinner or even mashed up for a cozy meal. But this vegetable is packed with nutrients that can do wonders for your muscles. Any guesses? Yes, we're talking about sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are not just a comforting food. They're a nutrient powerhouse, especially when it comes to preventing leg cramps. One of the star nutrients in sweet potatoes is potassium. At about 337 milligrams per 100 grams, they provide roughly 7% of your daily potassium needs. As we've discussed earlier, potassium plays a key role in muscle function, helping to prevent those sudden cramps. It also helps maintain fluid balance, which is important for keeping muscles relaxed and functioning properly. But that's not all. Sweet potatoes also contain magnesium, with about 25 milligrams per 100 grams, making up around 6% of your daily magnesium needs. As we've seen with other foods, magnesium helps muscles relax and can help reduce muscle cramps. Plus, sweet potatoes are rich in vitamin A, with a whopping 961 micrograms per 100 grams. This vitamin is crucial for muscle repair, as it works as an antioxidant to reduce inflammation and support muscle recovery. So, not only do sweet potatoes help with muscle function, but they also support your body's ability to recover from activity or strain. Now let's talk about their benefits for seniors. First, sweet potatoes have a low glycemic index of around 44, which means they have a minimal impact on blood sugar levels. This makes them an excellent choice for people managing diabetes, as they help regulate blood sugar without causing spikes. They also provide a good amount of fiber and antioxidants, which support digestive health and combat free radicals in the body. In terms of calories, sweet potatoes are relatively low in calories, with just about 86 calories per 100 grams, making them a healthy addition to any meal without the worry of excessive calorie intake. However, if you have chronic kidney disease or CKD, be mindful of your potassium intake. While sweet potatoes are an excellent source of potassium, they are moderately high in it. And if you have kidney issues, consuming too much potassium can cause problems. It's generally recommended that seniors with CKD limit their intake to no more than one small sweet potato per day to avoid overwhelming the kidneys. When it comes to how to eat sweet potatoes, there are a lot of delicious ways to prepare them. They are best when steamed, boiled, or roasted. However, avoid baking them, as baking raises their glycemic index, which could lead to higher blood sugar levels, especially for those with diabetes. Also, try to avoid loading them with toppings like brown sugar or marshmallows, especially if you're managing diabetes, as these can cause spikes in blood sugar. When buying sweet potatoes, look for ones that are firm, smooth, and unbruised. Store them in a cool, dry place, and they should last up to 2 weeks. If you have leftover cooked sweet potatoes, you can refrigerate them for about 5 days. And as with any food, moderation is key. Overeating sweet potatoes could spike sugar or potassium levels, especially for those with diabetes or kidney concerns, so it's important to stick to a balanced amount. One small sweet potato per day is typically a good serving size for most people, allowing you to reap the benefits without overdoing it. Moving forward, let's dive into number 4 on our list, a food that swims its way to the top when it comes to muscle health and senior nutrition. It's rich, flavorful, and incredibly nourishing. Yes, we're talking about salmon. Salmon is a true powerhouse when it comes to preventing leg cramps. First, let's talk about magnesium. In every 100 grams of salmon, you're getting about 29 milligrams of magnesium. That's around 7% of your daily recommended intake. As mentioned earlier, magnesium is essential for keeping your muscles relaxed and preventing them from tightening up or cramping suddenly. But that's not all. Salmon also packs in potassium, around 490 milligrams per 100 grams, which gives you a solid 10% of your daily needs. Potassium plays a big role in muscle contraction and helps maintain proper fluid balance, which is vital for cramp-free muscles. But what really sets salmon apart, though, is its omega-3 fatty acid content. With about 2.6 grams per 100 grams, these healthy fats help reduce muscle inflammation and support smoother muscle function overall. For seniors who may experience chronic soreness or slow recovery, omega-3s can be a game changer. And salmon is also a friend to your heart and brain. Its healthy fat profile supports cardiovascular health by reducing bad cholesterol levels and improving circulation, both of which contribute to better muscle oxygenation and fewer cramps. And with zero glycemic index, salmon is an ideal choice for those managing diabetes. It won't cause any blood sugar spikes, making it a smart and stable protein source. Now, on the calorie front, salmon comes in at about 206 calories per 100 grams. But here's the good news. The majority of those calories come from healthy fats that your body actually needs. So, while it's a bit more calorie dense than the veggies we've talked about, it's worth every bite when eaten in the right portions. As for kidney concerns, salmon is relatively low in phosphorus compared to other types of fish, which makes it a safer choice for many people with kidney conditions, as long as it's enjoyed in moderation. Now, when it comes to preparation, the healthiest ways to enjoy salmon are grilled, baked, or steamed. These methods preserve its nutrients without adding extra unhealthy fats. Try to avoid deep frying, which can counteract the benefits with added oils and unnecessary calories. To get the best quality, choose salmon with a clean smell and firm, moist flesh. Once you bring it home, store it in the coldest part of your fridge and aim to eat it within 1 to 2 days for peak freshness. However, keep one important thing in mind, that while salmon is incredibly healthy, some varieties can contain small amounts of mercury, so it's best to limit your intake to about 2 to 3 servings per week. That way, you can enjoy all the benefits without any unwanted side effects. All right, let's keep the momentum going and talk about another everyday favorite that deserves a spot on this list: yogurt. Yep, that creamy, tangy delight you might already be enjoying at breakfast or as a quick snack is actually doing more for your muscles than you might think. So, what makes yogurt such a great option for preventing leg cramps? For starters, it contains around 110 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams. That's about 11% of your daily needs. Alongside that, you get 11 milligrams of magnesium and 141 milligrams of potassium, all of which, as mentioned earlier, are essential for keeping your muscles functioning smoothly and preventing those painful spasms. But there's more. Yogurt is packed with probiotics, the good bacteria that support your gut health. And when your gut is happy, your body absorbs nutrients more efficiently, including all those minerals we've been talking about. Plus, it contributes to bone strength and supports muscle recovery, which is key for staying active and mobile as we age. Now, let's touch on something that's top of mind for many seniors: diabetes. The great news is that plain yogurt has a low glycemic index, usually between 14 and 35 depending on the type, so it won't send your blood sugar soaring. Just be sure to pick options with no added sugars. If you're diabetic, this part really matters. Skip the flavored versions and sweeten it naturally with a few fresh berries or a pinch of cinnamon if needed. Yogurt is also calorie-friendly, with only about 59 calories per 100 grams when you go for the plain, low-fat kind, making it a light yet nourishing addition to your meals. That said, if you have kidney issues, keep in mind that yogurt contains both phosphorus and calcium. In early stages of kidney disease, it's usually okay in moderation, around half a cup a day. But if you're in more advanced stages, talk to your healthcare provider just to be safe. When buying, choose yogurt with live active cultures to get those probiotic benefits. Keep it refrigerated, and once opened, try to finish it within a week for peak freshness and potency. So whether you mix it into a smoothie, pair it with fruit, or enjoy it as a cool afternoon snack, yogurt is one of those simple, versatile foods that goes a long way towards supporting muscle health, and your overall health too. Moving forward, let's talk about something crunchy, satisfying, and surprisingly powerful when it comes to keeping leg cramps at bay: almonds. Yep, those little nuts you might snack on between meals are actually nutrient powerhouses, especially for your muscles. Almonds pack a serious punch when it comes to magnesium, offering a whopping 268 milligrams per 100 grams. That's about 63% of your daily recommended intake, which, as mentioned earlier, plays a key role in relaxing your muscles and preventing cramping. But the benefits don't stop there. You're also getting 705 milligrams of potassium and 264 milligrams of calcium in that same 100-gram serving, about 15% and 26% of your daily needs, respectively. It's like a triple boost for your muscle function in just one food. Beyond cramp prevention, almonds are a heart-healthy choice, which is especially important for seniors. They're rich in vitamin E and healthy fats that support cardiovascular function, which in turn improves circulation. And better circulation means better nutrient delivery to your muscles. Now, if you're keeping an eye on your blood sugar, here's more good news. Almonds have a low glycemic index of around 15, so they won't cause any sudden blood sugar spikes, making them a smart choice for people managing diabetes. However, remember, almonds are calorie-dense, about 579 calories per 100 grams, so portion control is key. A small handful, about 10 to 12 almonds a day, is just right to get the benefits without overdoing the calories or fats. And if you find raw almonds a little tough on digestion, try soaking them overnight. It softens the nut, makes them easier to chew, and may even improve nutrient absorption. Moreover, if you're dealing with kidney issues though, you'll want to tread a bit more carefully. Almonds are high in both phosphorus and potassium, which can be problematic in later stages of chronic kidney disease. So, moderation is crucial, and when in doubt, consult your healthcare provider. When buying almonds, go for fresh, unsalted varieties and store them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place to maintain freshness and crunch. And remember, while almonds are loaded with good stuff, too many can cause digestive upset or interfere with how your body absorbs other minerals. So stick to that sweet spot of one small handful a day. Now, ready for the next food on our list? Let's bring in something creamy, delicious, and full of healthy fats. Yes, we're talking about avocados. Whether you're spreading it on toast, tossing it in a salad, or blending it into a smoothie, avocados aren't just trendy, they're genuinely one of the best foods for muscle support. Let's break in how. One of the standout nutrients in avocados is potassium. Each 100-gram serving gives you about 485 milligrams, which is roughly 10% of your daily needs. That's a solid dose for helping regulate fluid balance and keeping your muscles from cramping up. You're also getting around 29 milligrams of magnesium, about 7% of your daily intake, which works alongside potassium to support proper muscle contraction and relaxation. But what makes avocados even more impressive is their healthy fat content. At about 15 grams of fat per 100 grams, mostly heart-friendly monounsaturated fats, these fats help your body absorb other important nutrients like vitamins A, D, and E, and they also aid in post-exercise recovery. So it's not just about fighting cramps, it's about helping your body bounce back stronger. Avocados are also excellent for overall senior health. They have a glycemic index of 0, which means they have no direct effect on blood sugar. A huge win if you're managing diabetes. Plus, their rich fat content and antioxidants support both brain and heart health, which is something every older adult should be thinking about. Now, they are a bit higher in calories, around 160 per 100 grams, but when eaten mindfully, the benefits far outweigh the calorie count. A quarter to half an avocado per day is usually just the right amount to enjoy the perks without going overboard. But here's something to be cautious about, especially if you're living with kidney disease. Avocados are naturally high in potassium, so if your kidneys aren't filtering as well as they should, too much potassium could become an issue. That's why keeping it to a small portion is key for those on a renal diet. When it comes to choosing a good avocado, look for ones that yield slightly to gentle pressure, but don't have large, dark spots or feel overly mushy. Once they're ripe, pop them in the fridge to slow down the ripening and use them within 2 to 3 days for best texture and taste. And one last tip, while it's easy to get carried away because avocados are so versatile, remember that overconsumption can lead to an unintended increase in calories or potassium. So enjoy them regularly, but in moderation. All right, we're getting closer to the finish line, but we've still got one more powerhouse food to talk about, and this one might surprise you. It's not as common as bananas or sweet potatoes, but it packs a serious punch when it comes to preventing leg cramps and supporting overall health. Say hello to beet greens. Yes, the leafy tops of beets, often tossed aside, are actually nutritional gold. They're especially rich in magnesium, providing around 47 milligrams per 100 grams, which is about 11% of your daily value. As we've seen, magnesium plays a key role in helping your muscles relax properly, which makes it essential in keeping cramps at bay. Beet greens also deliver about 305 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, contributing another 6% of your daily intake to help maintain fluid balance and support muscle function. But it doesn't stop there. These greens also give you a modest 0.8 milligrams of iron, about 4% of your daily needs. And while that might sound small, it plays a huge role in carrying oxygen to your muscles. When your muscles are well oxygenated, they're less likely to fatigue and cramp up, especially during physical activity or at night. And there's another benefit that's hard to ignore. Calcium. Beet greens offer about 86 milligrams per 100 grams, roughly 9% of your daily intake. Calcium supports muscle contraction, so your body can fire and relax muscle fibers efficiently, a key part of avoiding cramps. Now, let's understand how this superfood is also incredibly senior-friendly in other ways. First, let's talk about diabetes, a major concern for many older adults. Beet greens have a very low glycemic index of around 15, which makes them incredibly safe for blood sugar control. You can enjoy them without worrying about sudden spikes, unlike more processed side dishes. Plus, they're super light, just around 22 calories per 100 grams, and high in fiber, so they support both blood sugar stability and smooth digestion. However, there is an important thing to keep in mind that beet greens do contain oxalates, which in large amounts can contribute to kidney stone formation, especially in people who are already prone to them. So, if you have a history of kidney stones or kidney disease, it's best to enjoy beet greens in moderation. And cooking them, by steaming or sautéing, can actually help reduce oxalate content and make them safer and easier to digest. When you're picking beet greens, look for crisp, vibrant green leaves without any slimy or wilted spots. Store them in the fridge in a plastic bag with a paper towel to absorb moisture, and try to use them within 3 to 4 days for maximum freshness and nutritional value. Now, as for how to enjoy them, they're incredibly versatile. Toss them into soups, stir-fry them with garlic and olive oil, or simply steam them and serve as a side dish. 1 cup of cooked beet greens per day is a great way to reap the benefits without going overboard. So while beet greens might not be the first thing that comes to mind, they absolutely deserve a spot on your plate if you're looking to fight off leg cramps and fuel your body with senior-friendly nutrition. And there you have it, 8 powerful foods that can help prevent leg cramps and bring relief to your golden years. But hey, this isn't the end of the journey. In fact, this is just one part of a full series dedicated to easing leg cramps through smart, simple food choices. Want to explore more? Watch this video. Top 7 best fruits to stop leg cramps in seniors. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up so it reaches more people who could use the support. And of course, hit subscribe so you never miss a tip that could make a real difference in your day-to-day life.